Hey guys, welcome to my page, DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Wednesday! I'm running a little late because I wanted to make sure I got things added to the website. And just so you know, if you're having any trouble with the website, just send me a message and let me know. We can always capture what's in the cart and we can do a payment through PayPal. So anyways, yeah, sometimes it's acting up a little bit crazy, and a couple of people have had to remove things and then add them back in. It's just not great. When, I don't really have anybody that I can contact because we built our own website. So we're struggling to find out, why is it telling me all of a sudden we don't ship to this state when we ship to all the states? So anyways, let me know if you have any issues. I did get things added. I actually added a few more things, like the Disney one, not Disney, the Peanuts. There's no Disney. The Peanuts characters, the cutout. We haven't done it yet, but we're going to be doing that one soon, maybe tomorrow. And then the hop from today, and then remember the chick stander. And then I made some cute little magnets to go with the egg ones, or the chicken ones yesterday that just got laid. I made some cute magnets. So I posted those, and I did make a separate peanut section. I'm going to keep all the peanut stuff in there because sometimes it's hard to know, where is this one going to be at? Easter stuff's going to be in the Easter section. We're going to do 2 projects. Might take a little bit of time, but you know what? We're going to do them. We're going to get through this, and we're going to have fun. So my notifications didn't go out. I didn't get mine yet. So I don't know. I have that notification system where I text you and let you know. Mine didn't come this morning. Did anybody else get theirs? Because I didn't get one. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I don't know why. Anyways, let me just go ahead and get started. Maybe it will come through. I hope I have my messages, my thing down. Perfect. Okay. It's been really odd last couple of days. just for me, learning a new program for work, it just, I don't know if any of you have ever struggled with that when you've been at a company and they made some changes and you had to learn something new. That's how it's going on for me. It's a little bit of a struggle because our QuickBooks system went online, and the online is different than the desktop, and there's some things that aren't working correctly, and my brain is hurting from thinking too hard. I went to bed last night and my brain is tired. So we're going to do both of these. So I needed to do a new insert that goes in the truck or goes in this cute little thing. I was looking for my truck. I don't know where my blank truck is. I think I might have sold it at my last craft show. I might have to make a new one. Honestly, I might have taken it as the like a sample to look at, because I have a few people that are just buying the inserts, and I think the truck might have sold instead of just part of it. So anyways, let me see here. I'm stumbling over my words. Sometimes I cannot get it all out. And oh, you got your text this morning. Okay, perfect. Mine just didn't go through. Yeah, I'm on the list. That way I know that it's working. So I was like, I waited a few more minutes because it's like, okay, maybe it's not working. Anyways, sometimes they don't all go through. So let me see what we got here. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find myself on here. Trying to find me. Hello. Come on. There we are. Okay, I want to share the VIP group really quick because yesterday I forgot to do it until we were partway through. Get that done, and then I wanted to let you know I'm going to be sharing the petition on Bring Oreo Home, and I would love if everybody would sign that. I will be sharing that a little bit later today when I have time. So hi Betty, how are you? Hi Sherry, hi Bridget, good morning Darlene, hi Sarah. In the middle of a horrible blizzard, I'm sorry. I hope you stay warm and don't lose power or anything like that. That is never fun. Stay inside, girlfriend, and craft all day. That's what I would do. I'd be right by the window. If I lose power, I'll still be painting. I'll be keeping warm. I'll have blankets all over my lap. Yeah. Icicles hanging off my nose, but I'd still be painting. Hi, Carrie. Hi, April. Hi, Lori. How are you? Hi, Laura. Good morning. Lori Walsh. Nope, you didn't get yours. Darn. Cheryl got hers. Okay, good. Lisa, good morning. How are you? Bridget did not get hers. So I think that maybe there's a problem with it. Sometimes they just don't all go out. I don't know why. There is no rhyme or reason to it. I pay per thing that goes through there, and when we message through there, I pay for that too. So I don't know. Guess they didn't charge me for the ones that didn't go through. So hey Pam, how are you? Pam, I realized when you asked me for that, for the to set up a invoice for you last night, those are actually online. So the Peanuts collection is online. I'm going to give you the new link to the Peanuts collection that has all the, there's only two, but it has the two. Do I have a picture of that on here? It didn't upload, but oh, the chicken one did. I can show you that one. So, but I'll give you the link to the Peanuts collection section. But look at this. Check these out. Look at how cute that is while I'm getting the link for the Peanuts collection. So the ornaments are in there, and then also the cutout, and I'll show you that from my phone. But let me just find this and let you look at that for a second. So those are magnets. Oh, my message just came through. My notification just came through to me. Okay, perfect. Well, at least I got it. Better late than never. And I'm going to share this collection with you guys. This is just for the Peanuts. We'll be putting all of those, all the cutouts. You know, we'll be doing more cutouts. I kind of want to do a Lucy head cutout. I think that would be kind of fun. Come on, paste. Hello, it didn't take it. Try again, Darlene. Copy. There we go. Paste. Paste, please. Anyways, aren't those cute? Egg dealer. Isn't that really cute? I love that. Okay, let me go back to here so that I can show you from my phone that I'll show you which one of the Peanuts ones that I added. Janine had asked me if I could add it, and I had showed you guys that I showed it the other day. Is it going to turn on me? There we go. Make it easier. Let me bring it up there. So this one. So we're going to be doing this one soon. And it's just the cutout, because I think that we should just do it on a board. I mean, even just the palette board, and do the saying in the background. I don't think that you don't always have to have cutouts for everything. Like, I don't think you have to have cutouts for the words. I think it's nice to have just part of it standing out. So that's in the Peanut section. Okay, so you can get that. And then I got the other Easter thing put in the Easter section, so you'll see that the one that we did the other day, the little chickies, the chickies. Okay, add that to the Easter. I added the hop to the Easter. This one's in the Easter section. So several new things this morning. That's why I'm late, because I took time to do that. So the egg one, this is so cute. So it has two of the chicken ones and two rectangles, and then it's going to come with magnets, so you can make them into magnets. You could put the egg dealer one on a sign if you wanted to, but these are magnets. It's $5 for the set of 4. It comes with the magnets. That is in the farmhouse section. Let me give you the link for that. Who grabbed that transfer yesterday? Anybody grabbed the transfer? I feel like for me, this collection wasn't as popular as the Peanuts collection. So I think it will be as we start using the transfers. But oops, not airdrop, Darlene. They're not close enough for that. Copy. I'm going to give you the link just right now so that okay. Here we go. Let me give you the link for the egg dealer. So I actually ordered some extras of that, so that I can make a few kits. So I'll be making some kits with these cutouts and the transfer as soon as they get here. I won't have the chalk paste, but I will have, maybe I'll just do black with that, and you can paint the background a different color. Anyways, let's get started. Let me keep going here. I stopped on Pam because I had told her I'd send her an invoice, and I realized they're on the website. Okay, so let's see here. Where am I? Hi, April. How are you? You got your notification. Good, good, good. And Cheryl and Sarah say they are ready for spring. I'm ready too. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Let me see here. Stay safe. Stay safe. Okay. Um, Hi, Diane. How are you in Michigan? Darlene Barr says, when will you send the invoice for the Easter transfer? I'll send them this morning. I just didn't have time yesterday. It was so hectic just trying to get everything done for my job. Sometimes I just don't get all my work done. I actually was still working on stuff at midnight last night. I was having to go through tutorials to learn the new program. Perfect. Oh, you grabbed it? Fun. That's awesome. I love that. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Sandy and Sandy. Sandy Bullard, Sandy Wright. Good morning, guys. Okay, let's get started with these cutie pies. All right, so we have to, and then I remember, Cheryl, I told you that I had a different thing to do the shading instead of using a Q-tip. This is called a blender, and you can use it with your ink pad, and it to go in the little small areas. So I brought one in. I just got some new ones. My other ones in the other room are icky. There's different sizes. They're called blenders. I'll give you that link later. I've given you too many links. Let's move this. Let's bring in our tray. Let's drop it. Let's not drop it. Let me set it somewhere safe. Let's bring the tray up. Don't drop your pieces, darling, because you will never find them here. They will go into that hole that is underneath everything. Oh my goodness. Okay, I might need to put a couple of pieces of tape on the ones that are really bad. Okay, there's a couple of these that are still good, but when we get up to here, these just need replaced. So I'll show you how to do that. I have my tape. I probably have enough tape for these, and that's it. So, did you do a video of the big bunny on the sack? I did not. I painted those on Friday night. I did not do a video. It's done exactly how we did the wooden one, except that you're using ink. So, I can explain it to you while I'm putting the tape on. So with the bag, I should have saved one, but I didn't. I could buy another. I think actually I might have had one in my cart. You can buy extras for designers. Designers can buy extras of the transfer and the bag right now. It's in the designer only section on your website. So with the bag, I did the outline of the bunny in black and heat set it. And then I took acrylic paint, just like we painted the wooden one, and I did all of my bunny, I did all my colors for my bunny, and then I heat set my acrylic paint. Can you believe that? I didn't know I could, but I tried it. I tried on the first one, and I'm like, if it works, I'm going to do all of them, because I did 6. I was on a roll, and I was like, I'm just going to get all 6 of these done, and then I created the carrots. So yeah, it was, you know what? And now I'm like, can I replace these also? Let's just do them all. Why not? We're doing it. We may as well do them all. Start fresh, right? So this is what I use the tape and I just turn the edges under. This will last a couple of weeks. Okay. So I use it almost every day, depending on what project I'm doing. If I'm doing a Chocator project on a different surface, of course, I don't use this board, but I do use this board often. Sometimes I can get 3 weeks out of the tape. When I'm painting in the back room, I'm getting probably a week out of it because I'm painting so much. I was working on a hard project last night. Like I said, my brain is tired. I am trying to learn this new program. Things aren't where they normally are. Reports are not there. I'm having to create my own reports. So it's a struggle when you've used the same program for probably 30 years. And then all of a sudden, it is different. Yeah, not fun. Not a fun thing. I'm not a happy camper. I'm not a complainer, but I'll tell you what, it is challenging me. And I feel like I'm pretty smart with stuff, but it's a challenge for both me and for the other person that works on it. So anyways, we're working through it. We're figuring it out. I think I want to just scooch this up. This is the insert for the truck. I'm going to try to do all of it on one side and then the hop on the other if it all fits. Okay, because we have lots of pieces. We might need another board just because. Here's all the glasses. They're going to all be different colors, but I think I can just stick them all right here as long as I put enough space in between. Now the noses, we got little hearts for the beak and his nose and his nose. And then there's buttons, and the buttons will probably be different colors. And then there's hearts that are all the same color. And there's just lots of little pieces. Let's do our head and our body and our wings. And here's our bun. Head, body. Oh my goodness. So I was talking to somebody yesterday, and all of a sudden an alert comes on my phone. There was a fire right around the corner from where my husband works. And so like, oh no, it's time for him to come home too. So I had to hurry and text him. It took him 2 hours to get home instead of 30 minutes. Oh boy, was he not happy. He was not a happy camper last night. So hey Deb, how are you? Yeah, Lori, yeah, just check the other video. That will really help you. I'm sorry I did not save it to do one with you guys. I just was on a roll on Friday. I'm like, I'm just gonna get all these done. Okay, so there's ears that are behind here. Let's just put the body. I think we want the body down here so we can do the face and all that. Okay, so I think there's not as many pieces as I thought with this one. There is a base. Okay, so I'm gonna take the base. But I figured I could paint this and this at the same time. Oops, my glasses are the wrong way. Okay, so those are ears. Here's the inside of the ears. Okay, I might have to take this off to paint some of the details because sometimes you just have to. Now, all these letters are going to be the same. I might do them like blended. I'm trying to decide what color. Maybe purple and blue. Maybe I'll just do dark purple, light purple. All right, and then arms. So each bunny's going to be a different color. I need to make sure the right arms are with the right bunny because one of the arms that goes around the H. Oh, guess what? I need to go grab the correct arm. This is not the correct arm that goes with that. You'll have to excuse me for a moment while I go grab the right arm. His left arm, but his really actually it'd be his right. But I need to go grab the correct arm that goes with him. I cut out a whole bunch, so excuse me for one moment while I go grab that so that I paint it correctly. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that. I noticed there's a notch. So you can tell where the arms go. The H actually has like a little notch around it. And I'm going to put myself in the corner in a second. So it fits around the H. So that goes with that bunny. Okay, we're ready to start painting. Did you get the 100 egg cartons? Not yet. I'm doing like 4 every night. And I have 60 done. So I'm going to get them done. I will get them done. I am determined that I will get them done. So let me put myself in the corner. Hi, Vicky. Good morning. And Sarah loves the blender. Yeah, the blender works really good compared to using a bazillion of your little Q-tips. But I just hadn't brought one in here yet. Let me do this. And oops, there we go. Okay, go to the corner, Darlene. Okay, let's start painting. We got a lot to paint, guys. Let's just start up in the corner. So I'm going to do that pink. I'm going to use my cotton candy. So then we'll just paint everything that's going to be pink. We'll do all of our pink. Okay, so I do have a little palette dish and I have a bunch of other small ones too. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Good morning. We are painting, painting, painting. Let me just put a little bit in here. I'll need that. So I wish I could just paint all day today. I was really in the painting mood last night, but I had to work until like midnight on work. It wasn't fun. I had to keep going to YouTube videos to understand the new program. But I think I got it figured out. So it's always worthwhile if you take the time. I learn a lot through YouTube videos. When I was learning my laser, that's how I learned it, because I didn't have anybody around here to train me on it. So, and even when I was learning Chalk Couture, I went to YouTube videos and watched other people. Okay, all of my little hearts are this color. And then also the bunny's nose is this color. And then what else? The inside of the bunny ears, where are they? Here they are right here. I did those inside of those. Okay. Is that my only pink? I am looking. Okay. That is all the pink. All right. Okay, let me get a paper towel for over here for my brushes. And we'll just go next. So this is going to be white. So let's go to white. Let's do white. Yeah, Cheryl, I am confident that I will have my 100 egg cartons done by the time that the show starts. Okay, so I have all this weekend to keep painting stuff. Right now, I'm painting little bunnies that are about this size. So I'm painting bunnies that are in the $7.95 range, so that I have things that are less expensive. And there are, let's see, there's 5 different designs, and there's 6 of each. So there's 30 of those. So 30 times $7.95, round up to $8, 30 times 8. So that's $240 of product right there. I always go by, okay, how much product do I have? Am I doing good? This background here, it doesn't matter what color you paint that background, but I think we'll paint the background gray, just the whole background. Let's just paint it gray and get that part done. Let me just do that really quick. What else needs to be gray? Oh, one of the bunnies is going to be gray, but you know what? I'm just going to do this whole background here, because part of it's going to show, part of it's going to peek out. So let me just get that. Yeah, at first my goal was 40 of the little egg carton things, and I surpassed that like the first week. I was like, oh my gosh, these are too much fun. And then I still have lots of ideas. Well, plus I want to do extras of things. I know from my experience, I know what is going to sell. So I can look at things and I can say, I know that this and this and this are going to sell. Okay, I got to get my little sheepy. Sheepy's going to be white. My bunny's going to be a chocolate bunny, because you don't want white and white next to each other. So at least I don't. Oops. Oops. Okay, what else is white? The middle bunny over here is white, and his ears. Okay, so his ears and his arms, those are going to be white. So I have different sizes. So I have 100 of the large, 12 the size. So and you know, I really hate to, I've had people ask if I'd ship. It's really hard because I think that they would get crushed. I don't think I could ship them. When Amazon shipped them, they were in a big box that protected them. I think it would be really hard to ship, because I've had a few people asking, actually probably like 5 or 6 people asking. It just is a hard thing to ship the egg cartons. And I know that buying in bulk is not always fun, but think of this. Think of the egg cartons not just for Easter, okay? I'm going to use them for other holidays. So you're going to see the Easter cartons come back. For me, I'm going to do them at Halloween and also Christmas. Those are the next 2 holidays that I will be doing the egg cartons, because I think they'll be cute to just put candy in to give to somebody, to put a little treat in to give to somebody, to set on a shelf and have it painted, and it's an inexpensive surface. Okay, so I like the idea that it's an inexpensive surface that you can just use and have on your shelf. So when you're thinking of having to order 20 of them, they're $1 a piece basically, or $1.25 a piece. Think of the fact that you're gonna be, I gotta get another color. I need blue. Let me just grab crystal blue for the words. Think of the fact that you can use them for other holidays. I'm going to definitely use them for other holidays because I just think they're just cute as can be. And I think they're going to be popular. And like I said, if they're not, then they're going to be donated to Children's Hospital. But I really think the price point, like for mine, I'm pricing them at $9.95. And they don't have candy in them. They do have the shredded paper. You can usually get that shredded paper at any area that you are going to get party supplies. I know Party City isn't around anymore. Dollar Tree might still have it. You could shred your own. You could run it through the paper shredder. I got mine from Uline in a box almost as big as this table. I swear it is. I swear it's that big. Okay, this is also blue. And then that's the only blue. So crystal blue. All right, there we go. Hey, Sarah, how are you? Did I say hello? Who else is doing the 8 cartons, and how many do you have done? Not that it is a competition at all. It's not. Okay, let's do our chicky. We're gonna do him all yellow. We're gonna do summer squash, because that's just what yellow I grabbed. Baby duck is a great one. Summer squash is a good one. Whatever yellow you want to use. Sunny day is a good yellow. I also picked out deep ochre, but I'm not going to use that. I just pulled it. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I want to do, maybe I want to do the wings a different color. A lot of times I will do the wings a separate color. Okay, I'm going to do the wings deep ochre. Okay, so sorry guys. I changed my mind. We're entitled to, right? We're entitled to change our mind. Hey, and did you see that the astronauts are back on Earth? The ones that had been trapped up there for a long time. I saw them as they had to help them stand because they've been where there's no gravity forever. They had to help them and put them onto like a gurney, is a hospital gurney or whatever. Is that what it is? I think that's what they call it, a gurney. So you're doing them, and you have 12. Darlene Barr. Sandy Bullard, 8 cartons, fast and easy. Yes. Everyday Christmas or kitchen decor. Right. I think that's really cute. So I liked what we did yesterday. I thought it was so cute with the egg one yesterday. And it was so simple. I need to look and see if I can get some of the fake eggs inexpensive. I don't know if I can. Usually I can get those at Hobby Lobby, but I'm not sure because sometimes they're pricey. Lori has 2 done and 2 in progress. Perfect. That's awesome. And Darlene Barr is waiting on her transfers from Chocolate Tour. Yes, sometimes it takes a while, huh? Okay, so that's the only yellow. So let's do our chocolate bunny. So a chocolate bunny here and a chocolate bunny here. I'm thinking I want to do the first bunny chocolate, and then the last one's going to be gray. That's I just decided to do it that way. So my chocolate bunny, when I do it, I use sable brown. I actually need to get more because the project I'm doing in the other room, I used all of my sable brown, and I have just a small amount in here. Yeah, just a tiny amount left. Okay, so this bunny is brown too. So sable brown. Yeah. Okay, Sandy made 12 in less than 2 hours. That's awesome. You go, girl. It took me longer because I was figuring out what I was doing. But yeah, they actually go really fast. You can chalk them fast. I took my transfers and I was bad. I had a bin of water and I put them in a bin of water and waited to clean them. They were fine, but we're not supposed to do that. It might have destroyed the life on them a little bit, but I was like, I'm not going to go in there and clean each one as I go. So I put it, they might have sat there for an hour. So I would chalk, and then I would go and I washed. I had transfers everywhere along my cabinet, my cupboard, surface, whatever. Yeah. that. Okay. All right. My countertop. Hello, Darlene. Can you talk today? Okay. I hope I have enough brushes. I might have some in my drawer. Let me look and see. I'm using a lot of different colors. Might have to go grab a couple more brushes. You know how that goes. Oh, there's a couple in here. Okay. All right. What's my next color? So let's do, okay, this is going to be purple, but we want to do, these are going to be purple too. So let's do the carrot. Let's do the carrot first. And I'm looking at colors, seeing what, I need some black also. So, oh, and guess what? This little nose here is also pink. Let me go back and do that. You didn't do the inside. Yeah, the inside's just, I did all my insides last. I just waited and did all of them after the fact. Orange. Hey, I don't have an orange out. Hello. I need my spiced pumpkin. Okay, need a little bit of spiced pumpkin for my carrot right here. Just a little bit, just a wee bit. Look at all the colors here, guys. Lots of great Easter colors right there. Right there, guys. So, what time is it? 7:39. Okay, keeping track of the time. Hello. It is Wednesday already. Can you believe it? Halfway through the week. It's going to go quickly. So, I'll be setting up for my craft show next week on Wednesday. Thursday setup. And then, okay, so, and then the beak of the chick is also spiced pumpkin. Yeah, so next Wednesday we'll be doing something very short or even not at all because it's kind of really hectic for me. It's a little stressful when it comes time to do a Facebook Live when I'm supposed to be down there at 8 o'clock. I have to leave here at 7. So it's quite possible that next Wednesday I won't be able to do a Facebook Live because I have to be out the door. I'll be driving through traffic. Okay, I'm watering down milk chocolate for this part. I'm just going to kind of start working this way now and do the tiny things after. I'm kind of saving this to do it here in a moment. I watered this down. This is milk chocolate. Sometimes I use burnt umber. I'm watering it down to just do my base. There's some jute sticking out. Okay, so that's the base. Yeah, it's going to be a little hectic next week with my craft show that I'm in charge of. It always is. Let's see. Today's Emily's birthday. I saw that. Happy birthday, Emily. That is so awesome. Are you doing something fun? Let's see. Laura says it's so gloomy, cold, and windy. Getting snowstorm here in an area of rain and more rain. Oh gosh, impossible snow. Not fun. Lori says a single egg carton works out to $157 in Canada. That's not bad. $157 is not a bad price. Because you can probably charge a little bit more because I feel like that you guys charge just a little bit more. You probably would charge $11.95 instead of $9.95. Okay, I am running out of brushes. Hello, do I have enough? I need gray, and this is green, and this is going to be done with a different brush, and then I need black, but I could use a tiny one for the black. Okay, so this is Lighthouser green. I'm going to do the grass over here, and then what else is green? Let me look and see. The bell. Why is the bell green? It just is. Maybe the bell should be, the bell should be the deep ochre color. Let's do that. Let's go back and do it that color. Don't you think the bell should be deep ochre? I don't think it should be green. I'm like, okay, so Lighthouser green. Always need second coats with that one. And then glasses. So which glasses? The bunny glasses are green. I haven't been paying attention to the glasses. So one's black and one is going to be purple. Okay. Having dinner and going to Build-A-Bear. How fun. That is awesome. I love that. She's going to have a great time. I love to hear that. She is such a sweetheart. Okay. I have slate gray for my bunny. And there is detail on these bunnies. So I do have to do cheekies. I have to paint the ears. I have to paint the eyes, the nose. There is some detail that I'm going to be doing. There's the arms. And I do have to do second coat. So we still have quite a bit ahead of us. I am looking to see what I need to do. Okay, so these buttons are black. I need a little bit of black over here. Let's get all of our black done. And this bow tie is purple. So purple this, purple that, purple on here, black, black. Oh, deep ochre for the bell. Okay, we're getting there. I want to get all of our first colors on so that we know what is what. Okay, so black. We need black for eyeballs later too. So I had another brush, didn't I? Hello. Maybe I used it. Did I use it? I missed the corner of the ear. Let me see. I thought I had another brush. What'd I do with it? Do you see it? Maybe in my drawer. There's one. I go through so many brushes, guys. And then what happens is, like last night, I was so exhausted. I was painting. And then before I knew it, I woke up and I'm like, oh, I fell asleep again. My brain was so tired yesterday. Okay, I don't need very much paint. I should have just dipped the corner in there. These are the ears for my sheepy, my lammy pie, and then the buttons. Okay, so I'll do the eyeballs later. I need second coats on everything. Okay, so everything that's left is purple. So this is purple glass. Oh, and let's see. One of the glasses is black. Okay, so black. And then the other glasses is purple. Okay, so I need to get these out. Could you send you a link for the cart? Yes, for both sizes that I used. Yes, I can. So I used the 12 size and I used the 6 size. I did have the 4 size, but they're pretty small. So the ones that I used yesterday for the Just Laid and the other egg one, what's the other one? Egg Dealer. Those were the ones that had 6. So yes, I can do that. I love the egg cartons. So my favorite is still this one right here. So my favorite is still the cute bunnies. These bunnies are my favorite. And I could just do these in every single color out there. I'm still looking at what other colors can I do those in? Because aren't those I think that's going to be the popular one. I think I need to have like 25 of just that bunny. At first, I thought that the other bunny was going to be popular. I thought this bunny was going to be the most popular. But then when I did the other bunny, I thought, oh my gosh, nope, I think the other one's going to be popular. I mean, there's just so many different ones. I mean, I have a ton. I have so many. I think they're going to sell good. We have a great group of people. We have a lot of shoppers. Like I just got the confirmation that all of my flyers went out. I have a guy that sends them out for me, and we mailed out 5,500 flyers. So I'm getting my paint ready to do this part. So 5,500 flyers went out to people, to our customers, and got the confirmation. I should get my flyer. I'm always on the list to make sure that check and balance, that the flyers are going out in a timely manner. But he submitted them. He sends them to the post office, bulk mail. So he does bulk mail for me, so that it's less expensive for me to do that. I don't have to lick any stamps. Not that they're lickable anymore. They used to be. Remember when we used to have to lick them? They weren't self-adhesive. Wasn't that terrible way back then? It was terrible. Okay, I need to have my brushes out that I'm going to do the hop with, and my little blender brush that I'm going to use. I'm going to use a blender. Okay, getting everything ready. This is the 4 egg size. The 4 egg one and 6 size. Okay, so the 12 size one is for size A transfers. So the ones that have 12 eggs in them fits a size A transfer. The ones that are the size that have 6 or 4, they're for the minis. Yeah, they're for the minis. But hey, Barb, how are you? Good morning. Hi, Nikki. Nikki's over on YouTube. So you have your dozen and the 4 count. You're getting the 6 count today. I know. Yeah, you know what? I didn't get my notification that I was live for a while myself. I was saying that I didn't even get my notification. Okay, I'm going to water this down a little bit. Although I need it full strength for this. So let me see if I have one more brush. I'm going to do my purple for... There's always one brush at the bottom, right? There's always... I need to do the little scallop collar thing. The little lace basically is what it is. And the eyeglasses purple. My purple I'm using is lavender. I'm sorry if I haven't told you all of the colors. I try to. You can ask me any color on here that if I haven't told you all the colors. Lavender, and also the light purple is purple petal. Okay, so I put a little bit of water in them. I'm going to do the hop. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to stand up. I've watered it down, and it's kind of mixing a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. I have angle brushes. This is what I found works best for me. Okay, so I have another brush that I'm going to blend with. I think I'm going to move this out of the way because I might get a little crazy. So I'm going to take my smaller brushes, and I'm going to, I have these watered down. I'm going to put it at the top of the letters. Okay, so no, I'm going to put the bottom of the letters. Okay, so I'm going to put my darker color at the bottom. Okay. And then I'm going to put my lighter color at the top. And these are watered down. So these colors are watered down. And I usually leave like a little bit of a gap in between. And then I'm going to blend it. Okay, so then I'm going to take my brush here. And I found that I can do, if I have them in a row, let me get the top of this, that I can go back and forth and get all of this, and then just kind of go to the top, go to the bottom, go to the top, go to the bottom, and then just go back and forth, back and forth. I got to use a Q-tip and clean out. Some of it went in the center, but see how easy that is to just do all of that at one time. And then it's kind of a very, so that's what I did. I did that on some of my other eggs, and that worked really good, just being able to do that. Okay, so those are done, but I do need to grab a Q-tip and clean up the little mess of paint that went down to the side. Those Q-tips are great for that. So there's paint right here that I don't want it being right there. There's paint in the center. I'm going to get that out right now. And then paint on this side. And it's just because it was watered down. Okay, so there we go. And that's perfect. Let me just see if I can go in closer for you, so you can see how it is, how it's like a varied color, light to dark. Okay. All right, let's go back out so that we can see the whole board. All right, that's probably good right there. Okay, second coats on everything. That's what's next. Not everything needs a second coat. I think I already did the second coat on the green. Okay, so let's just grab our brushes and we'll just work away. I'm going to kind of go in order. I have all my brushes over here. Orange. Oh, we didn't do the top of our carrot. Guess what? Let me do the top of that carrot. Where's my green? I'll have to do a second coat. I'll come back. That'll be like my last thing I do is my second coat on the top of the carrot. Okay, let me grab my pink. And we're just going to start up here. Let me grab some. Oops. Uh-oh. You guys, where'd you go? Sorry. I pressed a button with my my paintbrush. Pressed a button. Hello. Oh my gosh. That was crazy. Sorry. At least it didn't stop. Work so hard. Thank you, Barb. Thank you. Last text was one yesterday. Yeah, you know. Yeah, Cheryl, watch the replay. It's always there. That's it. I love that it's always there for you guys. And then when it's not there anymore, because remember, it's only going to be there for 30 days, it'll be over on YouTube. So you can always go over to YouTube and find all of it. It's a little bit harder to find it, but it's going to be there. I'm not going to stress. I can't stress over it. At first, I was like, well, that's not very fair. But hey, you know what? Right now, Facebook has been free for us for so long. And it's been so nice to have Facebook and connect with you guys. I can't complain about what they're doing. You know, I have videos way back. Think of how many videos I have. 365 videos a year for how many years? If everybody had that many, that really would clog up their server. Okay. All right. That's done. Let's go to white. I'm going to take this off here. I made the mistake of pressing down on my little palette dish on my keyboard. That's what took you like out. Okay. Our little thing. We have to do cheekies. We have to do eyeballs. We have to ink the edges. We still have a bit to do. All of our white. Okay, if you wanted to do different colors on the hop, you could do different colors for each of the letters. That would be cute too. I just chose to do it the easy way. All right. Thanks for sprinkling, Holly. How are you? Betty just got her notification. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. That's what's happening this morning. It took me a long time to get my own. I'm like, am I really live? I know. It's the notification program. That part is not even Facebook. The texting one is through a different company. So yeah, sometimes it just doesn't, you know, not everything works the way it should. But I'm happy that I even have it. And it really isn't that expensive. I can't remember what it is. 20 cents for every text or something like that. Something like that. Okay, yellow. Let's do this is summer squash. But you could use baby duck. You could use sunny day. Whatever yellow you want to use is absolutely fine. Okay, and then we have deep ochre for the wings and for that. And did I do all the pink? I did do all the pink already. Yeah. Okay. And then my sable brown, my chocolate bunnies. A lot of times there's enough paint in the brush still. So I always try that first because I don't want to waste my paint. My paint is precious for me. I don't like to have to go and buy more paint because guess what happens when I go to buy 2 bottles of paint? I come home with 20. Yeah. I just can't resist. I can't resist. Okay, gray. We just need to do our gray bunny. I think we're almost there. Okay, so I think we are. And then we'll do cheekies and eyeballs and noses and ears. All the things that we need to do. All of the above. All right, so we need to dry everything. So let's get everything dry, and then we can move forward with all of our things that we need to do. Where's my heat gun? I need to plug in let me plug in the glue gun. I will need that. All right. So there we go. All right, here we go. Dry, dry, dry. So I was watching, I saw on the news that a couple of days ago up in Big Bear, on the weekend, they had kids that had to be rescued from a camp up there. They had so much snow. They were like completely snowed in. They couldn't do anything, couldn't go anywhere. Their buses couldn't get in to take them home. Have you ever seen the snow cats that have those big tracks? They have them up there. They actually have them, and you can go on little tours. They'll take you on little tours. Yeah, they had that. They had that go in and bring the kids home from the camp. I think it's the time right now. Kids are doing the 6th grade camp. I know one of my friends' granddaughters, I saw that she had gone to camp. I actually saw that she had come home. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, okay, now I'm curious. What happened? What's going on? Okay, cheekies. I'm going to jump in paint colors. I'm going to actually use a different color for my cheekies. I'm going to use vintage pink. And what other colors do I need? Vintage pink. So cheekies. I have my little daubers. I actually brought in some brand new ones. Yay. I get these from Michael's. Okay, so they come in a package. There's 2 of the large ones and 3 of the small. They're called daubers. They are Michael's brand. They are Craft Smart. And if you were to search the Michael's website, they are called daubers. 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 And if you go into Michael's, they're in the paint section. So where stencils are and things like that. They don't always have them on the shelf. Sometimes they sell out. But they're called daubers. We're going to do the cheekies. And then we are going to use a brush to do inside the ears. These ears we need to do inside of there. This brush seems a little stiff. I might have to trim some of it off. I feel like it might be too wide. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, okay, so cheekies. So we're going to use vintage pink. We'll do the bigger bunnies first because then we have to come back and do the ears. So I just put some on the dauber and then I take a paper towel and I kind of twist. You want to get off as much as you can and then take it and go right over below the eyeball and twist. Okay, it's fairly large. Okay, there's my little cheekies. Make sure you wash those. You don't want to ruin them. Then the little ones, these guys are going to have smaller ones. So yeah, they're just a little bit smaller. So you know what? My sheepy there is not all the way dry. I can tell the face is not quite dry. Let me just do that so we don't end up with the wrong color on there because it would blend with the white. Okay. All right. So I'm taking my small brush and I'm going to go in here and do my cheekies. They're just smaller because this is smaller. Okay. Like that. And then that. Okay. Now I could do eyeballs now, also do it all at the same time. I can use a stylus to do that. I have my black right here. So we could do that. I have my stylus and I'm just going to do my black. Now there are eyelashes. So, but you have to have your, I could have done it beforehand or I can do it after. So you want your eyes to be completely dry before you do that. You don't want to mess it up. So I'm just using this. I'm just doing a circle with my stylus. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay. And then I'm going to come over here. So these are oval shaped. Let me go in closer. Hi, Billy. How are you? Let me go in closer for you on these. I'll be able to show part of it. So I want to show you one of these. These eyeballs I actually have to start this way and work because I'm left-handed. These are an oval shape. I'll go out a little bit so you can see. They are like, I don't know, like a teardrop shape. I should say not oval. They look like a teardrop. And then once these are dry, I like to put a white highlight in them. So we still have all the inking to do. We still have a little bit to do. This project does take longer. I figure we probably have another 20 minutes of inking and assembling. But I wanted to get these done. I wanted to see how it was. I need to make another 5 or 6 of these for the craft show, the standing hop ones. Just need to have more hours in my day and not be so tired. Not have my brain be so tired. Oh my goodness. You ever your brain is just tired from thinking so much? Okay, let me go in closer to show you those. So see how they're kind of an oval and they kind of turn in. Now, the nose on these guys is painted on. Okay, so there's not little pieces on these. So I'll need to paint that. I'll use the stylus to paint that. Okay, so the center one is a heart shape. The other ones are more of other shape. You know, I should find my marker. I should have done like, I will do eyelashes, but I'm going to do the mouth right now. It's going to be easier to do the mouth on these. It's just a little straight line. And then do the nose over the top of that. Okay. All right. So going to do the nose. This one is just a nose shape. The center one is a heart. If you want to do them all a heart, you could. But I kind of think I like the idea that it's varied. So do 2 dots and then join it together. Sorry about that. All right, there is that. Okay, we still got to do the inside, but let's dry those. Let's dry these before I set a paper towel on top of anything and really mess it up. Let me move this out of the way for just a second while I dry, so we don't have paint go all over the place. So we want to dry, but we don't want it to bubble up too. So you want to move that heat gun, get it dry. Okay, go over to these, get that dry. Go back over here. We're going to be doing white highlights in those eyes and on the cheeks too. So just go back and forth. You can see it start to dry. We could do the ears and come back and do the highlights. Okay. We're getting there. It takes a little bit, guys. It does. It takes a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time. So if you have questions, let me know. These are available. They're in the Easter section on the website. I did put the links above. Oh, there it raised up. Sometimes it does that. Just all of a sudden. Okay, let me just tap it back down. Just kind of raised up. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, so let's do the inside of these ears here, and then I can go back and I can dry all of that. Okay, so we're gonna do them. Now I did these ears with the light pink, so I probably should do the same with all the others. They are probably all should have the same inside color, is my guess. Okay, so it looks the same. So I'm gonna turn this so I can get to my cotton candy is the color. And I have a small angle brush. I'm hoping it's going to work. I usually will pick this up. A lot of times it's easier for me to pick this up and be able to turn it so that I'm following the angle. So, yeah, it's easier for me to do that and be able to turn my wood. Sometimes I'll just rest it on there and turn it. Sometimes I'll start on the other end because I am left-handed, so it can make it a little bit more difficult. It doesn't have to be 100% filled in. So you could lay it flat and just turn your brush, you know. It's just a little more challenging to do that. Let me see if I can do it with this other one. Let's see if I can just use my brush and just move my brush. I mean, you really can. It's just a little more challenging to get that line at the bottom. But is there a bow on this one? Oh, there's not. There's no bows at the top. So I was going to say, oh, there's probably a bow that covers that up if you have an oopsie like I just did. See, that's why I pick it up and I turn it, because it's not exactly flat at the bottom, and I really want it to be. I want it to be. Oh my goodness. I need to go smaller, huh? Let me make it smaller so you can see everything. I'm sorry. Not that small. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then I just smooth it out. Smooth it out. Go back and smooth it out. All right. And then next, our gray bunny. So this bunny here, his ears are at the top. You can't see it right at the moment. I'll show you though. We'll be doing all the inking and everything. Getting all the stuff done. All right. What do you guys have going on today? Anybody have anything today? I'm just working. I have my work to do. Got to go log in. After I'm done with this, I'll be logging in. But I worked really late last night. So I did accomplish what I needed to accomplish. I usually, I've been trying not to work till midnight on my other job. But it was necessary. Just, you know, if you've ever switched from one accounting program to another, it kind of was that way. I mean, there's similarities, but there's also things that are very different on this one. So I just want it to be easy for all of us. I want to be able to get all my reports that I need. I want it to be easy to enter things, and I want it to be easy for payroll to be done. Okay, I'm trying to get the top of the ear, so I'm just kind of turning my little project and working at the way I need to and not touching things. So trying to not drag my hand on it. Okay, and then this tape is being a pain in the butt also. So my hand keeps sticking on the tape. Okay, all right, I got that done. Okay, let's dry that. We'll put our white highlights in there, and then we'll start pulling everything off. You're making egg cartons? Oh yeah, that's good. You know what? They're just so fun. I just think that they were such a great idea. They were not my idea, but Brenda Durant is the one that showed us first, and then a bazillion people have jumped on the bandwagon, and I think it is wonderful that we have found something that is fun, enjoyable, and we can pull our transfers out from last year and use them. I just think, you know, it's a good thing. It makes you if it makes you happy, then do it. Okay, so white, I'm going to do a little white highlight in the eyes over here. Just kind of do it to the side. And then I do one on the cheekies. And on the elbows. I think somebody else just got a notification because they just sent a message through it. Yeah, the notifications are not being sent out when they should be sent out. They're kind of lagging. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're having some problems at their city. Maybe they're having problems with their server. Okay, so I'm going to use the other end that's a little bit bigger. I like to put this one at the top, and then I dip it again, and I will go like over to the side on these guys. Okay, so do you see how that is? Look how it just kind of makes it, just brings it to life. It just brings that little guy to life. I like that. So at the top of the eye, and then on the sides of the cheekies. Cheekies. All right, like that. Top of the eye. All right, perfect. Okay. All right, let's dry those. Let us dry. Kind of like let us pray, but let us dry. Let us dry. All right. Oh my goodness, itchy nose. Painting with friends today. How fun! I love that. Hey Darlene, how are you? I wish I was painting with friends today. I have no room in my shop to bring anybody in to paint anything, or I would love to have an area. We thought about that at one point, and then we got the shed instead. So we were going to do a covered area, but it was so expensive for my shed that we decided to do a shed here. I mean, well, for my rental when I was renting the storage facility. Yeah. So I ended up with a shed instead of an area to do classes. Okay, let's pull everything off. We can make sure that we got it painted the correct color. Let's just push this up, and we are going to start pulling things. Okay, so this is our, here, my trash guy out there. This is for our truck. This is our, but it's going to go, I don't have my truck in here. I have the cute little fence instead. So it's going to go on the fence. Happy Easter. And then we have our carrot on the license plate. And then we have our cutie pies. See if we can push it up just a little bit. And I'll go a little bit further out so you can see. So here's our little cutie pies. We'll see if we got everything painted correctly. This is the test, okay? It is a test. Got our chocolate bunny. Have our ears. If it doesn't fit correctly, it probably goes in the other ear. Okay. And then we can put the wings on. I always put the bunny down first because this goes over it. Got the collar, like the lace part for the bunny. It has a bow also. Here we go. Here's our little sheepy, our lammy pie. And here's the ears. So it's all coming together. This is the point where you go, oops, I painted that the wrong color. It can happen. Happens to me quite often. Okay, buttons. Button. Who's got the button? Hearts. Each one of these has a heart. And then beak and noses. And then eyeglasses. So lots of little pieces on this. Okay, so Chicky, Bun, and Lammy Pie. Okay, look at how cute this is. This is super cute. So this will be on my desk. I get to keep this one for now. For a little bit. Okay, and then these guys. So here's this is our top part. And we do have, so these go in here. This is our base. We'll glue our base together. That's going to go there. And then this goes over the top of it. So the ears are right there, just like that. We got all of our arms. And we got the hop. We got the green at the bottom. The grass, whoops, there. We're flying. We have our arms. And then we have the word hop. If you, like I said, if you wanted to paint each of those letters a different color, that would be super cute too. And now, yep, that goes like that. Perfect. We just have to ink everything. So that goes there. Okay, let me take this away and I'll scooch everything up so you can see better. Cute. Look at how cute that is. That is super cute. We're going to do our base first so it can be drying. How fun, guys. Look at this. Okay, I'll go in closer while I'm doing the inking for you guys. You have 9 tough sheds. Holy cow. But doesn't your husband have a construction business? Is that what he has? I seem to remember that he has some type of a business because I tell you, that's a lot. That is a lot. 9 tough sheds is a lot. Okay, I'm going to actually change the top on my glue right now because I know that I'm going to need to. It kept sputtering the last time. And then I'll just take this in the other room. So I have my glue. All right. Perfect. I have my new glue. Because I'm going to need that. I'm going to. And remember, I have my little gripper thing in here. So if you have a hard time with your glue, get your little gripper thing out that you use to open jars. That really, really works. And then try to clean that off each time. My problem is I have glue inside of this. That's what my problem is. Yeah, that's my problem. Okay, I think they're cute too. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's keep going. We got to get these done. Hello, Tara will be walking in. She'll go, are you not done with your live yet? She doesn't get here till 9. It's 8:16. I'm supposed to be logged in for work already, but, oh, thanks. I love the purple too. I think it's really cute with it. I think it is super cute. Okay, let's glue this together first. I'm just inking the edges with this. If you haven't seen me do that before, it's just a little ink pad. Memento Luxe, if you search on Amazon, Memento Luxe Espresso Truffle is the color. So it just does the inking on the edges, so you don't have to use a paintbrush and shade it. Okay, gonna glue this together and get this set out of the way so that it will dry. And then we're just going to start inking. I have my little brush to show you that's a blender. Let me give you the link for those because these are new. But they come in different sizes. So you can actually use them to do cheekies. But I'm going to show you how to do, how to use it for the areas that you can't get your ink pad down in. So let me find the link for those. I just got them, so they should be here. Where are you? Hello. There they are. Okay, so the blenders, they come in a packet. I think there's 12. So there's 4 of each size. Okay, gonna give you the link for that. So it is an associate's link. It gets me a few pennies here and there. I have yet to take my, I'm not at $10 yet. Okay, so we're gonna ink the edges, and if I need to use that blender, I will show you what I need to do, what we can do with that. Okay, so I just kind of go along the edges. I'm not going to get every little tiny edge on this. I just kind of pounce it, and then that's good. Okay, and then we have to take things apart. Take all this apart and ink the outside part, and then oh, there's like, there, maybe the purple wasn't all the way dry. Okay, so now what we can do is we can take this ink pad and go around the edges. So I'll try to get in there, but I'll show you how to do like all the extra little stuff that we need to do with this. Like I will shade like the neck area. Okay, so I'll use the little blending tool to do that. But let's do that after let's get all the easy stuff. Let's set that to the side. Let's do all the easy stuff on this. I just go along the edge just really quickly. And then do these really quickly. And we'll just set all that aside. And then we'll go back to that with the blending tool. Okay. If you have questions, let me know. So this is a stander. It's going to stand. The stander's going to stand. I'm hoping to get a bunch of these made tonight. I have on my desk back there, I still have the same project from yesterday. Let me see, yesterday was Tuesday. I still have my project from Monday night because there's a lot of detail. And then I didn't have as many hours. I only had 2 hours to work on it last night. Sometimes I get distracted. I'm watching movies. I'm like, I needed to watch something funny yesterday. What did I watch? I picked I Love Lucy. I'm like, I just need something to cheer me up because the day before I got in a funk. Do you ever just get in a funk with things where you're sad? I was focusing too much on things. My husband's going back out to the desert. He's going out to the desert with neighbors and my daughter and a whole bunch of friends and stuff. I don't get to go because it's during my craft show. But I was thinking about him going out and just the trauma of going back out there and knowing the last time that he was out there was when Chloe went missing. And so of course I lost it. I lost it. Okay, so you're going to take your little dauber. I really actually like the one that's even smaller than this, but this one will work. And then you're just going to go along the edge. So I'm going to do the chin area, and it doesn't take much. You don't have to have very much on there. Okay, so you just put a little bit, and I'm just kind of back and forth with it. Less is more. Okay, so go in between the legs right there. Less is more on this. I'm going to do like that, and then I'm also going to do like right around the belly part, so it gives it some dimension. Okay, so like I said, less is more. I do like the smaller one. I just didn't grab the smaller one. You can go right down where the feet are. I'm going to do actually that's not going to matter because the grass is in front of that, but I'm going to do it because maybe part of it shows. So right down there where the belly is, I'm going to do like my circle where the belly is. I'm going to do the chin area. So I'm just like really quickly just kind of going back and forth with it. So you just kind of like you're swishing with it back and forth. So instead of using the Q-tip to do this, you're just using the blender. So I put the link for those there, and you get a whole bunch of them. I would choose the smaller size. This one's a little bit big, but it will work. It'll do the job. It'll get the job done. Okay, so we pretty much have everything inked that we wanted to. So I just did, like, I want the chin. I want it to show up, and maybe right here by the ears. like that at the top of the head. Sorry, that doggone stupid morning cough that it's just like getting all this stuff out of your lungs in the morning. Do you ever have that? Or am I the only one? So you can actually blend other colors too. So you could have them for different colors. You need an area just to put the links. I know, exactly. I need to do that at the top of my page. I could do that. I really need to do that. Have an area. A lot of people have like a link, whatever it is. Link. Yeah, that thing. I really do just need a link for all those things. I don't mind having to show you guys though. Okay, I'm going to put eyelashes. I want my little cutie pies to have some eyelashes. So I'm going to go in a little bit closer to show you how I'm going to do my eyelashes. I like to just kind of do a little swish on the sides. Okay, so can you see it? You'll be able to see it on the white one more. So I just do it out to the side, and it's just at a little angle. Let me do all of them, and then I'll go back. Try to do it right the first time. When you go over to the second time, it makes it a little bit fatter. So see how that is? I just like them to have little eyelashes. Okay, so now let's just glue it together. I'm going to put this on here. I don't like it to dry out. You can re-ink these. I re-ink them a lot. Now I'm doing this one first because this actually has to dry. I'm not so fond of the design of this, but it is really cute. So this goes together in there, and then this is going to go on top, and it needs to stay there and not move. So I need to put something underneath of that. It needs to not move. It needs to stay right in that position because it gets glued together. See how that's glued at the back? The glue needs to stay right there, and this one's not going to tip. Sometimes you have them that will tip. But what I'm going to do is I've seen where is it going to hit. It's going to hit right up here. It's also going to hit on the back of the arms right there. So I'm going to put my glue right up there at the top, and then I'm going to put some on the arm area. And then I'm just going to lay that back on there, and we're going to try not to move it. We're going to try to keep it right like that. And then we'll be going on to if we move it, we'll move the whole thing. We'll move it with the ears. Okay, so does that make sense? That goes on the back. Now you can do that very last. That probably would have made better sense to do that very last. Probably, because I'm probably going to be readjusting it. Okay, here's the grass. The grass goes right down here at the bottom. I'm going to hold that down while I press on the grass and get that in place. Yeah. I think you should do the ears last. Okay, we have our arms. Let's just get our arms in place. Just kind of put things where they're supposed to be so we know. And then we'll start gluing. Okay, those go there. I just think it's cute with it behind there like that. There's our white ones. Okay, perfect. Now this is really easy. Okay, I don't like the way I kind of messed up right there. I'm going to touch that up with the paint. I really don't like the way that looks. I'm going to grab some of my sable. I went over the line and it's too much. So I'm going to touch it up. I keep looking at it going, I don't like how it looks right there. I just grabbed some of my paint and my stylus, and I fixed it. Okay. So insert. I'll put glue on the sides of the insert. Yes, you could do that too. You could put glue on the sides of the insert if you knew, like when you flip it over, you could definitely do that. Yeah, you could do that. Hi, Valerie, how are you? I will probably, when I flip it over, I'll add more glue when I do the hot glue. I won't put hot glue right there, but I'll add some more glue to help hold it. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I'm not worried. I've made a bunch of the ones that have the ears at the back. The bunnies that I have on my table right now, I'll have like half of them have the ears at the back, and they stay together. I sold out of them at the last craft show, and so I'm making another batch. I had 6 of each. I'm not, you know, I used to make a lot. We would make like hundreds of things, but we'd have less of a variety. Okay, so we'd make 20, 40, 60, 100 of something. And now I make 6. And the reason is that I make 6, but I make a lot of different things. So I have a huge variety so people can choose different things, but they also know, here's the thing, they know there's only 6, and if they want it, they need to grab it, because if they walk around the craft show and come back through, it's probably going to be gone. So it's kind of not FOMO, but kind of sort of like that. Okay, I got a little bit of glue right up here on the between the H. I'm going to clean that up. Everything is looking good. My P over here needs adjusted. Everything else is looking really good. Okay, let me just clean up this glue that's right in here. Okay, and then I have a little bit right here, a little bit in here. You guys, I tried again to bleach my flannel shirt. Have you ever had a flannel shirt that you were trying to bleach to paint on and it won't bleach? You guys, I don't understand. It will not bleach. Okay, this is dry now. Now I can ink that again. Let me get a little bit. It'll help if you put ink on there, Darlene. Okay, perfect. Okay, look how cute that is. That is super cute. Pink. Oh, pink ear in. Sorry, pink ear inserts glued in ears to secure. They actually it fits right in there, and what happens is the sides will be glued. I think we're going to be fine. If I were to flip it over, I could do this. I could just put I can flip it over and leave it now. I could put some glue right here to hold that in place. Is that what you're talking about? I could put some there, and then on that side, and I'll kind of smoosh it down in there, so that stays. So that's not going to go anywhere. That'll be dry by the time that we're ready to do the other part. That should be dry, and I can flip it back over. So I don't think anything moved on the other side. We're going to just leave it. Okay. And I can always dry with a heat gun, but that'll help keep it in there. You paint straight bleach on the area and let it sit for about 8 hours. Oh, is that what I'm doing wrong, Lisa? How am I bleaching it? Okay, so I read on the internet how to bleach it. You do half and half. So maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Okay, so I did half and half, and I left it 2 hours, and it didn't change the color at all. I have 2. I'm like, what the heck is it's color safe or something? I don't know. I used gel the first time. I think I want to leave this. I don't want it to be inked. And I'm just going to barely ink the edges on this. So I mixed half and half because that's what it said on the internet, and I brushed it on. Okay, that was the first time on the weekend. I had one of my shirts at that point. I hadn't received the second one. And I left it on for 20 minutes, and it didn't change it at all. And so then I left it on for another 20 minutes, and it still didn't change it. So I threw it into the washer. I'm like, whatever. I threw it in with all my whites, and it didn't change it. So yesterday I was like, well, I'm going to make it stronger. So I made it stronger, and it still didn't change it. So then I went back and I painted plain bleach on there, and I left it for 2 hours, and it didn't change it. And I'm like, what's going on with it? I just don't know. So I have to leave it for 8 hours. That's a long time. So maybe that's what I need to do, is I just need to try it again and leave it for 8 hours. Your daughter lays them in the sun and sprays with a spray bottle. Okay. You have to use Clorox bleach. I'm using the Clorox bleach. At first I used the gel. Okay. And then I was like, well, maybe that's not the right type, the gel. So I ordered the straight bleach. Yeah, it still didn't work. So maybe I'm just not leaving it long enough. I was expecting it to start changing right away, because have you ever accidentally got some like on your shoes, it splashed out, and it's went on your black shoes and they've immediately bleached. That's what I was thinking was going to happen, was it was going to immediately start bleaching it out, and it didn't happen at all. And I was like, what the heck? Okay, I'm just getting all the ink on all these guys, and then we'll glue them together. And this is almost dry on the back already. So anyways, I wanted to have that ready because I wanted to paint the peanuts thing on the back of it, but gosh darn it. I have 2 of them. I thought these will be so cute for my craft show. And then I can just say, oh, if you want to try it out, here's the link so you can go grab it, because I won't be there like at my booth or anything. I'll be in the checkout room. But some of my friends actually do shirts. They do the bleached shirts, and they buy the transfers from me. But they wouldn't do all that detail, I don't think. It's a lot of detail. Watch it after 2 to 3 hours. Okay, well, you know what? I just guess I need to try it again. I didn't want to give up. I just thought, well, hey, if I remember to ask you guys, maybe somebody else has had the same problem where it just won't bleach. I'm like, this is some type of super fabric. It's from China. It said China on it. I didn't know that. I got it off Amazon, and it took a couple of weeks to get to me. So I should have known. I should have known that that's, I think a lot of our clothing are, come from there. But they're really cute. One of them's pinkish color. I think, is it pink? Oh gosh, now I don't remember. One is definitely teal. I think pink and teal. two different flannels. I just thought it'd be really fun. And then I'm like, what the heck? I'm struggling. My husband's like, why do you have that out there? I'm like, I'm trying to get it to bleach. I'm like, why? I'm like, so I can paint it, because I need to have a white area. Because then I thought, oh gosh, I'm just going to end up taking my white ink and painting it. If it doesn't work, I'll just paint a white section so I can get the job done. Oh my goodness. Okay. I mean, I don't want to make them to sell, because that's a pain in the butt. I definitely don't want to do that. Okay, I think I got everything. I don't think that I really have to use this for anything on here. Okay, so all right, here we go. Let's start gluing stuff on. Oh, I didn't do polka dots on this. I kind of like it without polka dots. But the sample has polka dots. If you want to put polka dots on your carrot, that would be cute too. I'm going to leave it just like that. I think if I can get it to stay. It was sticking to my finger. All right, we're almost there, guys. We are almost there. We're on the home stretch. Okay, let me flip this over now. The back of that is dry. Let's make sure nothing moved that wasn't supposed to move. And also make sure that it doesn't. Okay, so everything looks good. I'm going to flip it back over. So my friend Tracy, oh my gosh, do you know Tracy Wagner? Okay, so she got a nail gun, a brad gun. She showed one of her bloopers yesterday. She was doing her project, and she was showing off her brand new nail gun, gluing the pieces together. And she was so happy about it. She goes to pick up her project. It nailed it to her table. Her project was nailed to her table. Did anybody see that? She's one of my good friends. We went to Africa together. We've done a lot of traveling, other places and trips together. Okay, you watch yours every hour. Yeah, I just set the timer on my phone. So I was in there working on my bookkeeping. I just kept going out and set the timer on my phone, and it didn't change at all. And then pretty soon I'm like, okay, it's been out here for hours. I'm just going to give up. All right, well, I didn't want to do straight bleach and have it ruin it, but I guess it doesn't matter. I'll do straight bleach. Okay, all right, that's done. Let's do this. Got lots of little pieces here. Let's just start at the left and work to the right. Okay, got our chicky's head. We'll need to get a little sponge. I have one ready, because the tiny parts are going to require a sponge. Okay, so he has some tiny parts. Let's get our bunny on next so that we can put the wings of our chicky on. Okay, and then we'll put some glue in the center there for the center of the ears. This is gonna be so cute in my little stander. I'm making a mess with my glue. Hello. Make sure that it doesn't go down below the line because this fits into the little railing and you want it to go in properly. Okay, I tried to keep these so that, oh, it's going to get noisy. I just heard them starting to work. My neighbor is getting a new roof. And yesterday afternoon, all I heard was trucks out there outside my window. It's probably going to get noisy soon with air guns and all of that. What time is it? 8:38. I swear, Tara's going to be walking in and going, "Are you not done with your Facebook Live yet?" Sorry, it's going so long, guys. I won't do 2 projects next time. It's just too much. Sorry about that. Although I'd love to just craft all day with you guys. I would love to craft all day. I do have work to do, but I put in a very long work day yesterday, so they won't complain. They know that I did what I had to do yesterday. I mean, I worked probably 16 hours yesterday for work. And you know, some days I only work 4. I'm not complaining either because I love them dearly and I love my flexible schedule to be able to work from home. It is, oh, hey, I have to put the mouth. So the little bunny has a mouth. I don't think I'm going to put, well, maybe I can do the eyelashes now. Hello, his head's moving. There are eyelashes. I needed to do that first before I put the eyeglasses on. Hello. let me do the eyelashes on this. And then I'll do on my little Lammy Pie. I love these pens. They are the Identi-Pen. They work really good. Okay. The nose. Oh, here's the nose. Okay, perfect. So my little bunny has a nose. It has there is a bow. There is a little scallopy thing right there. And then glasses. Glasses are the green glasses. Just putting just a couple little dots. Maybe a little bit more because it goes off the edge. Okay, just like that. Just carefully fitting the glasses on so both eyeballs show. Okay, and then it has a heart. And then we're almost done. We are almost there. We're on the home stretch of this ball game. I'll probably get out a Q-tip. I have a little bit of extra glue right there. And I might not even care. I might not worry about it. Okay, so there's that. Okay. I have the top of the head. Her house is beautiful. Oh, you watch. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, there's that. Tracy's house is amazing. One of these days I'll go there. I'll go to one of her retreats. She does women retreats, like for bettering yourself and that type of thing. They built their house and her husband is amazing. We've been on many trips. My husband and her husband went out fishing on one of the trips to Maui. We went to Maui. She is a sweetheart. She really is. Okay, I don't know if he needs a mouth. Nope, he actually doesn't have a mouth. Okay, and buttons. Button. Who's got the button? She's been through a lot. Tracy's been through a lot. She's like I have her on speed dial. So she and I are like sisters, you know. We've cried over so many things, and yeah, we have a group chat with, there's 4 of us, and we are like sisters. We used to talk every single day, and then two of the people, they quit Chocator, so we didn't have as much to talk about with Chocator, but we still talk every week. We talk and tell each other things and bounce ideas off of each other. Okay, so that's going right there. Now, if you want to put a little raffia thing bow on there, you could. I'm not. I'm going to leave it. I think it's cute just like that. Isn't it adorable? Okay, so I do have little Velcro things that we're going to be using. But let's set this here and let's go back to this. This is dry now. We can lift it. It's dry enough that we can put it into the base. Okay, here's our base. Now, I always like to test it out first and see, do I need to sand it just a little bit? Because sometimes you do. Okay, it fits in there nicely. The wing on the chicken moved. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Cindy over on YouTube. Thank you. Oh my goodness. You saved me. I need all the help I can get. Okay, so this goes in the base, and then I like to put hot glue on the back side. Okay, so I like to, it helps sturdy it, and it also helps it so I'm not going to lose that base when I am at the craft show. So I have my hot glue gun plugged in, and I'm just going to put it on the back side. Does the duck's right wing need to scooch over a little bit? This one? Or was it the other side that you're talking about? I think it's where his right wing, I think it's where it's supposed to be. I'm looking at my picture. Yeah, I think, yeah. It might have been were you talking about the other one and your comment just came through? Okay, let me put some glue right along the back. I usually will do a couple of rows of it. I put my first row down at the very base, and then I'll go and I'll put one a little bit higher so it kind of builds it up. And then I make sure that I hold it straight for a moment as it cools. Okay, that's going to keep your base in there. It's going to keep it straight. Perfect, perfect. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, there was a message from YouTube. You guys can't see that. My messages from Facebook come in blue on my thing and then red for YouTube. Okay, so that's going to sit right there for just a moment. I'm going to bring in my cute. I'm done with my glue. I'm going to bring in my cute little fence that we're going to put this on. We're going to put this on our fence and not on our truck. Okay, so we have our little fence. We're going to take out our St. Patrick's Day. It's over. So there's a little hole at the back. I can push this out. So see the hole? Okay, and then the Velcro's on the back of this. We're going to put Velcro on the back of these guys. And this slides up. There's a little notch right there that just slides into. See how there's that? It slides in. And then this is just up at the top. And I have, what I'm going to do is I'm going to match the Velcro to this because if I wanted to put on the truck, I want the Velcro in the same place. So here's what I'm going to do. This is prickly. This is prickly. I'm going to take the one that's fuzzy. Okay, can open this up. I'm going to take the fuzzy one and match it. It's going to marry it right in there. And then here's the fuzzy one. I'm going to marry that. I'm going to put the fuzzy one up here. And then I want it to be whole on here. So I actually, where's the carrot? Okay, so I want it to be like this. So here, let's put the first one on. It's gonna be like that. Okay, because if it's on the truck, I want it to be able to fit on the truck also. So I'm gonna put this one on here manually. I usually will line it up on the truck, but I know that it's going to go about right there. Okay, so I'm kind of matching what it is there. And that way it'll fit on the truck also. Okay, so if I want to put on the truck, okay, I'm going to move my St. Patty's Day one to the side. And I'm going to bring in this. This is going to slide right under here. This is a little notch. Okay, this is going to go right in here. You're going to press it down onto those Velcro pieces. So when you pop that off, that Velcro is stuck to the back. Let me show you. When you stick your finger through there, and those, I just press them down really good. And then you don't need these pieces. You could save them and use them for something else. You just got your notification. It's a little late. Thank you, Cindy. You love my videos. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so there's that. So we're done with this. This is all done. And then this is just going to go like that. You could press those down really good. Okay, now we're going to stand it up. And I'm going to go up to myself, and we're done. And I have to scoot in there, and I have to hurry because Tara's going to be here. I'm sorry this was so long, guys. I didn't realize it was going to take forever. Look how cute. Okay, so now I have this to put on my desk. I can fill my spot where it was. And then I need to make a whole bunch of these for my craft show. But aren't they just the sweetest? I just love it. I got to go and wash all those brushes. They're going to be drying. Thanks for being here, guys. This was a long one. I'm so sorry. I'll try not to do that long anymore. I was just trying to get 2 things done at once, and guess what? It was twice as long. All right. Okay. Have a fantastic day. I hope you are doing something fun. Craft or call a friend or something like that. This is going to go right over here. So now it takes this place. It covers up my iPad. So my iPad is not showing anymore. Just like that. Okay. All right. Have a fantastic day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Love you guys. Love you so much. Thanks for being here.